Hey guys, it's Mare. Today we're going to be talking about one of the best techniques to give you absolute muscle fatigue in our drop sets. What are drop sets and how we can implement them into our workout? Let's go. So what is a drop set? A drop set is kind of exactly what it sounds like. We're going to start at one weight and we're going to go until our muscles literally can't move it anymore. Then we're going to drop the weight down, go into muscle failure again, drop it again. And we're going to do that a couple times throughout the thing, and that's what a drop set is. What's really important to think about is to make sure that your first weight that you can do is going to be around 8 to 12. We don't want to hit, well, I guess you could hit 20s. I personally don't like to hit 20s, so then I get extra muscle fatigue and it gets a little crazy. So I always like to kind of aim for that 8 to 10, 8 to 12 range for my first set. Then we'll drop it down to a little bit lighter weight. We'll do hopefully 8 to 10. We'll kind of see how fatigued we are until we hit complete failure. I lied, that's too light. So we're gonna start with, I don't even know what weight that is because it's not labeled, so we're just gonna raw dog and figure out what it is. Well, that was 30, but we went all the way to failure. So now we're gonna drop the weight just one block down. You can decide how many drops you wanna do and what jumps you wanna make. Just make sure that they're kind of a little bit more effective. So now we're gonna drop our weight down and go to failure. Whew. Already have that muscle fatigue. God. And we're gonna do this last one for as many as we can. This is gonna be my last one because my triceps are absolutely on fire. Woo. And that's a drop set. My triceps are burning now. It's exactly what we want. We wanted to have that absolute muscle fatigue where your muscle just feels absolutely annihilated after. So what's really great about a drop set is it really leaves our muscle with time under tension. That really helps engage our muscle the entire time, allowing it to be more fatigued, which allows it to grow. So that is why we love drop sets, why we should implement drop sets as often as you want. I wouldn't do it for every single exercise, but implementing it once or twice a week with certain exercises would really help bring that time under tension, really help develop and build those muscles. So when should you implement a drop set? Now, a drop set is really good. I usually try to do it at the end of my workout after I've already done all my compound lift, all my accessories, so I could really fatigue one of my muscles. Usually it ends up being my biceps or some kind of upper body. You are welcome to do lower body too. Love doing those leg extensions. Sometimes my favorite are to do on machines or on cables. It's a lot easier to be able to move your pin, be able to do your drop sets a lot quicker. If you have a plate loaded machine, it just takes a little bit more effort to be able to pull off those plates, unless you have somebody there with you who can pull the plates off for you. I usually try to stick to dumbbells, machines that just kind of have a quick stack. You're able to get your drop sets, get through them a lot quicker. But I usually like to do these at the end of my workout when my muscles are already a little bit fatigued, and then you just want to absolutely annihilate them and burn them out. So depending on what exercise you do for the day, what kind of compound lifts, we could do an upper body and a lower body drop set. So for our lower body day, we're going to add in leg extensions for our drop set. These are gonna burn, but it's gonna be a good kind of burn. We like to add these in to absolutely annihilate our quads. Remember, our first set, we're gonna start with, maybe we could probably get about 15, and then we're gonna drop our weight down, see how many we can get from there, and we're gonna go to absolute failure. We're gonna do a drop set where I do 3 to 4 drops. I don't wanna do too many drops, so we're just gonna keep it to 3 or 4. Also remember, we're doing barely any time, no rest time, maybe 10 seconds if you need to take a little breather. It's okay, okay. We're fine, we're fine. And that's a drop set. If you are not wanting to cry or fall over by the end, you're doing it wrong. So at the end of your workout, depending on which muscle you would like to fatigue, depending on your upper body or lower body, one of my favorite upper body drop sets to do is what I like to call running the rack. So we're gonna go from our dumbbells, from our heaviest that we can do to get that 10 to 12 range rep, and we're gonna just drop all the way down. We're gonna run the rack all the way down. Remember, we're going all the way until muscle failure or until form failure, and then we're gonna go down. We're gonna run the rack down. A little bit lighter weight this time. All right, next weight. All right, one more. I'm gonna go for our 5s, 8s. I lied, these are 8s. We're just gonna do as many as we can. And that's running the rack. Now remember, for our drop sets, you can pick which muscle you want to fatigue. If you wanted to do shoulders, you wanted to do triceps, it's really up to you to decide which ones you want to implement in. Now remember, we're starting at a weight that we can reasonably do for about 10 to 12, and then dropping our sets from there. We don't want to start too light, or else we're going to end up doing 30 or 50 or too many. I don't want to get a weight that we kind of know that we can do that many for. And that's it for drop sets. Add these into your workout. These are great to absolutely fatigue your muscles, to really enhance that muscle building growth that we're looking for. Thanks to Fit Club for letting me come in and do my workout today. Get out there, get lifting.